Well, the time has come. Pokemon China is finally entering into the Sword and Shield era. And my goodness, just by looking at the product releases, I can tell these sets are going to be big. I just feel like by the end of the year, we're already going to be caught up with Scarlet and Violet era. I mean, I could be wrong, but just based on what I've seen, I have some predictions. Don't quote me fully on this. This is just based on, you know, what we've seen from Japan and also in the English Pokemon card scene over the few years. But just to put it out there, the new sets that are going to be releasing in Pokemon China is called Extreme Giant Battle. So this is the first Sword and Shield sets. As I mentioned, there's going to be two versions, Set A and Set B. They're also called the Thunder set and the Flame set. As you can see, there's these special logos here, one with the Pikachu tail, that's obviously the Thunder set, and then we have the Flame set, which honestly looks like a Doritos logo. Even Jay thought the same way. It's the one with the little pyro ball next to it. It looks really cool. It means flame in simplified Chinese, not traditional Chinese. So this is exclusive to mainland China only, not Taiwan, not Hong Kong. Completely different pack art, which I really appreciate actually from Pokemon China. It's not one of those lazy pack arts that look really fake. They're not fake, but you know what I mean. I'll put them up here for example. But anyway, so the big differences between these two sets, obviously one's going to have its own typings versus the other. Just to be more specific, if you look on the top right corner of the pack art, the Pikachu pack or the Gigantamax Pikachu pack will have water types, electric types, psychic types, and fighting types. There's also going to be colorless types, but they're just going to be split between the two sets. Whereas the Cinder Ace set's going to have grass, fire, dark, and steel types. So if you're looking for a specific Pokemon, just refer to those types and then just focus on that set. That's what I like about these kind of sets. Taiwan, Hong Kong, Thailand, and Indonesia had very similar sets in the past when they were catching up with the Japanese sets. Now moving on as well, what do I think is going to be included in these sets? Obviously, since we're starting with Sword and Shield, we better have Sword and Shield base set cards. We're not going to have all of them. I'll go into that in just a bit. But we're definitely going to see some Zacian Zamazenta cards most likely. Some of the trainers from those sets. But based on the pack card too, we're probably going to see cards from Rebel Clash, meaning Rebellion Crash, and also VMAX Rising in Japanese. From, you know, the equivalents. So we're going to see a lot of the Galar starters, Cinderace, Antelia, and Rillaboom V, VMAX. And then also Toxtricity, since that was the mascot for Rebellion Crash and also one of the pack cards on the English version. And since we have Gigantamax Pikachu, I'm guessing also cards from Vivid Voltage, so Astonishing Voltaco or Legendary Heartbeat as the Japanese equivalents. I'm not going to say this is guaranteed, but if that's the case, we're probably going to see amazing rares, which would be very cool because I can finally complete my Rayquaza Amazing Rare Global Collection, which would be really cool. But if we're also going in order from when we started Sword and Shield up until Vivid Voltage or Astonishing Voltaco, there's Darkness Ablaze somewhere in there, meaning Infinity Zone cards and explosive Flamewalker cards like Centiskorch and Eternatus. That's a lot to take in. That's approximately 8 Japanese sets or 4 English releases. Like, that's a lot to take in. And I know we've had mega sets in the past, but Pokemon China is moving at an incredibly fast rate. And it just makes me wonder too, like, we just started with Sun and Moon for mainland China back in October. We had the Charizard, Sylveon, and Rayquaza sets just for Sun and Moon. I'm just wondering how people in China are keeping up with the TCG. I just hope too the Sun and Moon cards are still in rotation. They probably are, you know, they just started competing and having tournaments and whatnot, and now we're just getting thrown into Sword and Shield. I just feel like they have to keep changing their decks and updating everything and also adjusting to all these new mechanics. So it's wild to me. But not just that, so there's other products also available because we're entering a new era. There's a new set of decks, you know, with V cards. So it's kind of like the Start Deck 100. But, you know, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Indonesia, and Taiwan have had similar releases, but now mainland China have their own. You basically get 60 cards, you know, with all your essentials, energies, some Pokemon cards, V cards. On the picture here, you see Venusaur, Pikachu, Mew. So those are possible V cards you could pull within those decks. A lot of the time, they tend not to be holographic, so don't expect those to have any value. It's just for playing. And then there's another product. Also, these are all releasing on May 19th, by the way. Just to keep you guys in the loop, there's another product. It's kind of equivalent, I guess, to the trainer toolkit or even the elite trainer box, where they're going to give you lots of supporter and trainer cards to add to your deck, but also more V cards. So there's actually 1 V card included in this product. There's 1 out of possible 9. So a lot of these V cards you've seen from Rebel Clash, Sword and Shield base set, you know, that's pretty much, it's not really anything exciting. I'm talking like Rillaboom, Toxtricity, Wobbuffet, as you can see here in the graphic. And then they also have a random booster pack. It's the chunk pack, by the way. And if you don't know the difference between the chunk pack and the regular pack is going to be a 5-card pack, as we see in Japanese booster boxes. It's going to have, specifically for this release, either a yellow border or an orange border, depending if it's the Pikachu or the Cinderace set. So those are going to be your standard 5-card packs versus the booster packs with a black border. Those are the chunky 25-card packs. And if you have no idea what those look like or what those contain, check out my Dangerous Ball opening, since those Pokeball tins have those mega packs, and you'll see specifically what I'm talking about. There's a lot to those packs, so check out that video if you haven't already. But yeah, so the Elite Trainer box, or the Trainer Toolkit type box that's releasing in mainland China, will have one of those chunk packs, the 25-card packs, and it's either the Flame or the Thunder set, so it's going to be randomized. So, you know, I feel like this set, it's cool that they're all coming out together. So if you're also competing in China, you have everything you need to build a good deck. Or if you're really just collecting, you might have to open lots of these boxes if you're looking for a specific card. Or if you just want to open it for fun, that's also cool too. At least you have a unique pack art. But yeah, that's just my insight. I think this is very exciting, but also, you know, if we're already moving up to Vivid Voltage in the next set, that means afterwards we're going to have something like Shiny Star V or Shining Fates already afterwards. If it's not going to be like a specific set, since Shiny Pokemon might be a little bit too hype for mainland China, in my opinion right now, since it's moving so fast, it might release maybe in these like special products, like a box set, or maybe more Dangerous Balls, or I don't know, you know, like something with like the Dialga Palkia Arceus box that we've seen. So who knows? I'm very excited to see what we have moving forward, but until we have more confirmation, I'll try to open these sets, because it's the first of the Sword and Shield, maybe the Pikachu set if I can get my hands on it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What cards are you excited to see in these upcoming mainland China sets?